You know, it's kind of fascinating. One of the things you said that really resonated, I'm looking at the comments, is this targeting burnout landlords, right? You know, I think we can all relate, or at least understand, right, that look, if you're not getting rent for months and months and maybe even a year, you're really struggling because you can't really do anything as the landlord, and you may not have the options that some of the other landlords have, right?
Yeah, you know, we started seeing this trend. We have understood that a lot of landlords found out buying their rentals took a lot more energy and effort.
Yeah.
And they found out they got a lot more invoices sometimes than they got net rent checks.
Yeah.
And that happened before the virus. But when the virus started, then we sort of knew there was a soft spot. Like, this investor really wasn't a hardened old-time landlord. You know, he was a lot of times he was somebody that was making good money doing something, and kind of the husband and wife, or whatever that story is of them, they're like, oh, let's be like they are on HGTV. This looks like fun. And the fun investment took the fun out of it when they started having things go wrong with their rentals. And then all of a sudden, they're in a situation, in most cases, Brian, where they were not eligible for a forbearance. They couldn't stop making their mortgage payments, right? But yet, the tenant could stop paying them. In other words, just because you have a Fannie Mae loan did not make you eligible for not making your mortgage payments. Yet if the tenant lived in a house that had a Fannie Mae mortgage, he by legal right could stop making his rent payments. And so we've been watching this for months, just knowing it was a balloon filling up, right? And I don't even think it's air. I think there's some liquid in this balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be ugly when it pops.